keeping it from me.
Best friends don't do this to each other.
She is not your best friend. She is your daughter. How can I not get through that through your head? Not your best friend, your daughter. Act like a damn mother. Good Lord. Here we are at the finale of Smothered. Am I happy? Not really, because it's entertaining. But of course it's mostly put on. There's a big chunk of it that is. It starts with, it's like a lie. There's always a little kernel of truth with a lie. So there's truth to it and how this is, but of course it's put on. They need ratings. The people are probably being paid, and they put on this big production of more over-the-top relationship stuff. But at the same time, even at the core of some of these, it's disturbing. So let's get to the finale, but first, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications when new videos come out. Also, make sure you share. We're working to get to 1,000, so once we get there, we are going to go to that live show. We're almost halfway there, so I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Let's get into it, starting with Brittani and Mary. One of the weirdest of all, because they do plastic surgery together, so it should be the closest, right? We are now at the point where Brittani is trying to tell her mom that she is engaged to TJ. And of course, it's not going to go well. Wait, maybe it goes well? What do you think? I'm going to say no. Of course, we all already know because we've seen the episode, but there's hope. There's hope.
We're engaged.
Oh, God. Oh, look at the dead. Look. Best part, look at the... Look at the slow eating of the best part there is him going like slowly as hell. Like, I just wish I could crawl into my skin. If I was a turtle, I would go retract into my shell. That was that look. He's like, oh snap. God. It is a cluster of epic proportions. And of course, she does not take it well.
They were engaged. What was going through my head
Yeah,
was,
what was
oh
it?
boy.
The problem here is she is not willing to accept him, and that's what it boils down to. It has nothing to do with anything else other than she doesn't want to accept him. She'll make excuses, but for some reason she doesn't like him because her daughter actually likes someone and wants to talk to someone more than her. Makes no damn sense. None at all.
You're 28 years old.
Okay.
You're 28.
28.
Okay.
What do you wait until you're 40 to get through school to be whatever you want to be?
Okay, again, she's criticizing him, and then she even goes so far to tell her daughter, you have a degree. Your daughter still lives at home. Like, she could go and live by herself and do her own thing. So it's okay for her, but you're criticizing him, saying you want him to be able to take care of your daughter. Fine, if you want what's better for him, you want him to be able to provide, I get that aspect of it. But all of that kind of boils down to the fact that she just doesn't like him. And in this episode, in this series, there's never really been a reason for her to not like him, other than the fact that she said, oh, he wants you to get the Brazilian butt lift, and that's his call. Except for the fact that you have taught your daughter that plastic surgery is the way, you dumb, dirty. Moving on.
Brittani knows how I feel.
Brittani knows how she feels, of course.
TJ, listen. If I'm going to have my daughter with a
daughter.
35, 40-year-old,
He's 28.
still living home with mommy, I'm got to step in. I'm her.
Living at home with mommy, says the person who has the daughter who lives at home with mommy. God, what a hypocrite.
Mom.
This is going to be a whole conversation
Okay.
about, let's just get on TJ about what he need to do.
Yeah, what's going to
I'm her
happen?
mom, and I worry about her.
Of course you
And I
do.
want the best for
So
you
much so that you
too.
let her get plastic surgery.
Yes, I do.
TJ, really?
She said, I want what's best for you too, and he said, you don't. And then she, Brittani, got mad at him. Of course she doesn't want what's best for you. She just said, I'm going to do whatever I can to stop this and basically destroy this marriage. So, and then to say, I care about you. She's a freaking liar, man. This is what's annoying about this lady. She is a freaking liar.
Support her.
All you have to do is say, I understand.
All he has to
You
do,
always say,
all he has to do is say, I understand, to every BS thing the mom is saying. Like, so all you have to do is bow down. I mean, that's it. That's all you have to do. Don't you love me?
oh, your mom doesn't like
Oh my
always
gosh.
say, oh, your mom doesn't like me. If she didn't.
Her mom doesn't like him. What the holy frickin' hell is she talking about? God. But then he's had enough.
Oh, if you were my boyfriend, okay, I would have kicked your ass to the curb.
Oh, of course.
Okay, you give up that
I'm done.
easily?
Look,
Here,
he's
take it.
he's on the verge of tears here. This guy's been stoic. You have broken this man. Oh my God.
I'm done.
look, I'm done. And then he gets up,
You want to put it down?
he
Really?
walks away.
Y'all won.
Y'all
What kind
won.
of man are you, a wuss?
What kind of man are you? A wuss? What are we in the 90s? Come on, for one, he finally had enough of y'all two craziness. It ain't gonna last, even if he sticks around for a while longer. For two, a wuss? Really? She's dead inside. She looks like a damn psychopath any damn way, or sociopath or something. She talks like she blinks one eye at a time. What? I love my mom. You know what? This chick is crazy. I'm telling you, if you saw the one before she was on, she was even crazier looking. Like, she looked like she was about to murder somebody. So, yeah, big problem. But he finally had enough. He walked away, and then, you wuss. But yet, she immediately regrets that decision. See?
She gotta let me breathe.
It's like, it's too much. It's too much. And she gets it. Look. Oh, there it is. See, that's the problem. You are so brainwashed. Look, of course you want to have your parents to be able to guide you and things like that. But if your mom is literally like making you feel the way this is, there is a toxic relationship there. Again, what I've said numerous times about the people in the show is that they have to give their daughters, their sons, whoever is in the show, they got to give them some space. They got to let them be independent, but they don't do that. They don't do that. But let's see, because this was the season finale, let's see how it ended up, or at least how they left it.
Nice.
He moved in. He had to stay in the guest room,
You're not
though.
gonna clutter it up, right, babe?
All right, let's see. Without
I have a disease.
Brittany,
It's called
of
clutter
course.
disease. And I don't want to throw anything of
Then she signed up for a dating service consisting of only wealthy
Frank's
men.
passing, and I think I'm ready
Moving
to
on to the
start
next
dating
one,
again.
apparently.
Finally, you're taking my...
I still have cameras in that room.
And then 2 weeks later, he moved out. Yeah, exactly. How are you going to sustain that? How are you going to make that last? You're not, of course. Give it up, dude. She's not going to leave her mom's side. This is not going to end. That is the theme of this show, is it's not going to end. So good luck to you, sir, but you might as well go ahead and move on, because I don't know what you're still doing there any damn way. Moving on to one of our crazier ones, Trevor in India. So where we left Trevor in India, he was actually finally telling her that, look, you got to move out. It's time. He had a scare with his wife, and it's time to move out. Didn't end well. She dropped him or she didn't drop him. She left him at the restaurant, and he had to catch an Uber home. Let's see how that plays out.
Okay.
She's like, what the hell?
So now you want Trevor on your side, right?
What?
What you do? What do you do?
Now you want Trevor on your side. He should have been on her side the whole damn time. The fact that she said that just shows how problematic this actually was.
About
You want to move? Now you got
What?
him telling me to move.
She's like, look,
good.
look. Do the damn happy dance. Yes, and that is absolutely what he should have done. The problem is it took a scare of your health for him to actually do it, when in reality, it should have happened the whole time. It shouldn't have been this going, having to say, oh, I don't want mom to move out. I want her to be here. She's my best friend. All this weird crap, and you to have a health scare for him to finally realize, maybe I need to put my wife and kids first instead of my mother-in-law, who it looks like I'm sleeping with anyway. So, a lot of crap that needs to get worked out there anyway, but at least finally he's doing something. She's acting like a damn child, not the wife, the mom. It's crazy as hell. And they're leaving. The son and the mom are leaving.
I understand
the
you're
real
concerned
son.
for your wife, but
You don't understand
to
it.
be hurt by my best friend is...
Okay, before my mind just goes psh, and it just explodes on this video, did you hear what she just said? I understand your concern for your wife, but to be hurt by my best friend. His wife is your daughter. You should have concern for her for being as stressed as she is, but you don't, because you're a crazy person stuck in like a damn 10-year-old brain. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you with all these temper tantrums and stuff, but the fact that you can't even acknowledge your daughter is your daughter and you should have concerns for her is everything wrong and everything going on. So they end up leaving ultimately, and with the son, which I don't know why the son is kind of acting like he's defending the mom. I mean, I understand that's your mom, but you need to recognize that your mom you can call your mom out. You can call your parents out when you're an adult, and it's like, okay, you're being a little much right now. Now, most of our parents probably don't do things like that, so you don't have to worry about calling them out. But in this situation, it would be like, Ma, calm down. Why are you so upset right now? They want their space, give them their space. I'll help you find an apartment, whatever. But instead, no, he's like, it's just crazy, And at first he seemed like he was a little reasonable, but then he kind of stormed off with the mom, and they had a couple words, him and Trevor. So I don't know. But let's see where they're at because, always updates on the last episode. She moved into her own place, and he's over there, and they made up. And of course, they're back to where they started. Chilling on the couch, happy. I'm happy you're not too mad. All this crap. It's insane where they at. To mend the relationship is fine. Of course, you don't want to have grudges in the family. And ultimately, they go to therapy. And guess what? India does. She storms out of therapy on the first session because she can't admit that she had any faults here. Because all she keeps saying is, well, he invited me down here. Okay, and maybe he shouldn't have done that. But you need to take responsibility that the fact that you get down there and then you start acting like this is your boyfriend, this is your husband instead of your daughter's husband. Take responsibility, but you can't do that because you're a ridiculous person. So obviously, nothing's going to change here. I don't think the stress is going to go anywhere from the daughter until the mom can recognize the error in her ways, which she won't. So, moving on. Ultimately, we know that Scott asked Eva to be able to marry Sonny, and she was thrilled even though she's not going to change. So, here we are at the proposal, and you got to give it to the guy. He's actually putting it out there, saying how he really feels, saying that she means a lot to him. It's funny because a lot of the shows I look at, 90 Day Fiancé, Married at First Sight, this one, even though he's a little out there, don't get me wrong, he's a little out there, but he's probably the most manly acting one that there is, which is crazy, because he's a little odd, but yet trying to be there, fighting for your woman, trying to make things right, trying to protect, all these things that a man should be is what he's doing. Marrying her, and that's what he's doing. And, he's a little crazy with the aliens and stuff, but hey, you got to give it to the guy. And look, he even has the ring come down on a flying saucer. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. So, they get what they want. She got what she wanted. Her mom got what she wanted. I don't think much is going to change in the way their mom acts. But right now, they can be in this happy place and they can finally get married.
I really want things to go back to normal.
Of course you do.
I feel so defeated. I lay in bed and cry.
That's crazy that you're there.
Me too.
That you lay in bed and cry because your mom acted like a fool.
I know.
Okay, listen.
Reasons
listen
why
right here.
You get so hot like that.
What?
Is it comes from a place of love.
No, your mom acting crazy like that should not be something you pass off as it comes from a place of love. Your boyfriend at the time was so fed up that he was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, laughed. But it wasn't because it was funny. It was because it was a reaction. And she threw a drink in his face. He was doing that because of the craziness that your mom was doing. She caused all that. So I'm not saying you have to get there and say, all right, mom, yeah, we're okay, but you need to apologize. No, but you need to acknowledge the fact that what your mom did was completely out of line. Instead, you're passing it off and justifying it and saying, I know it comes from a place of love. No, it came from a place of anger because you weren't getting your way. And that is what happened with the mom and the drink throwing. So that part is ridiculous what she's trying to do. But let's see where they're at. They're trying to have a baby, so that's where we're at. And if they think that anything's going to change, guess what? Nothing's going to change, because guess what happens then? They're not telling Eva. Well, what do you think happened with everything else? You didn't tell her you were moving in. You didn't tell her that, whatever else you didn't tell her. And it didn't go well. She threw a drink in his face. But this time, you're not going to tell her you're having a baby? Oh, God, because they're not married yet. So guess what that's going to restart? The whole thing over again. It's not going to end well. Although he's got his work cut out for him in this relationship. But I'm not going to say that they're not going to be together, because they seem like they actually love each other. It's just that he is going to have a lot to deal with. So I feel for him. Sorry, buddy. Now, Catherine and Gabrielle are always a fun one, because guess what? Mom won't let daughter actually be an adult. And that continues on here with her trying to walk with her in Fashion Week. My God, Fashion Week, a ridiculous thing anyway, but the fact that you're trying to do it with your daughter just so you can be there, let your daughter be your daughter. Let her be independent. My God.
First time, and we've been waiting on pins and needles.
And what happened?
To see, did we get casted?
And did you?
And we did.
Of course you did, but you know what it is? One of two things happened. One, the production paid them so they could put them in Fashion Week and have it as a storyline for the show. Or two, they did it as a gimmick because they thought, hey, mother-daughter, this mother's kind of crazy. We're kind of crazy here with the fashion stuff that no one will ever wear. Have you seen some of that damn fashion stuff just on the news or whatever? It's ridiculous. No one wears it. Anyways, gimmick. They're all about it. So if they think it's actually because you're good at this, no. Nope. And then they're at the show itself.
Yeah, what do they? I think slick back.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So everyone's kind of like androgynous a little bit.
What the hell are you talking about? So they are trying to make everyone look either male or female. Remember how I talked about the demasculinization of men? There you go, right there, for everyone to see. The only thing we have going for us is that no one, except for the Hollywood elites, watch the frickin' fashion shows. The people who don't really care about the regular people are the only ones that watch that crap. Thank God for that. But of course, there it is plain for you to see what they are actually doing. Because they are trying to make the men look more feminine. They can say they're trying to make the females look more masculine all they want, but guess what ends up happening? The men end up looking more feminine. There it is.
Ooh, yeah.
Androgynous. What is that?
They don't have any
Like you can be male or female. Like
there it is. Good God. And you're telling this to someone who doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. So there's that. See,
So
listen.
both of the lines were androgynous, if that's the word.
All right, let's go back to the Second Amendment question with this one. Oh my God. But it's infuriating that that's what they try to do and put it out there so people can make it think that that is normal and is what men should be, is look more feminine. That is why men are not men anymore. That is exactly why, for all the world to see, or everyone watching Smothered at the very least. Now Gabriella is going to finally tell her mom that she doesn't want to do everything that she wants to anymore. Doesn't go well.
Are moving to New York City.
She said her and Lauren are moving to New York. Just rip that Band-Aid off. Just rub it. Just rub it off. Look at the face. Oh my God. Now she wants to. She looks like an evil stepmother. Not Gabrielle. She looks like an evil stepmother from a Disney movie. I've said that about several people, but she really does. She is not happy. She's like, what the hell is going on? Huge pause. Of course, this is how your mom is going to react, but it gets better.
Plans. What about the pageant?
What about the plans? What about the pageant?
I am so close to Gabriella.
Yeah, and?
Close
And
to
what?
Gabriella. So
Yeah?
that is
Do tell.
devastating to me.
Because you're so close to your daughter, you don't ever want her to leave home. She is telling you she needs to be independent, and you are trying to hold her back. That's what you're doing here. That is exactly what you're doing, and you should be ashamed of yourself for it. She's talking about her mom. She found her mom dead when she was a child, so she doesn't like to be shocked. That's horrible. That's horrible that you went through that. But you cannot project your pain onto your daughter. You need to go get help yourself instead of projecting it onto your daughter and giving her a failure to launch, if you will. Something has got to change there, but the mom is not willing to do it. The mom is not willing to do the parent job, and that's a problem.
How long have you been planning
How
this?
long have you been planning this?
From me.
Keeping it from me.
Best friends don't do this to each other.
She is not your best friend. She is your daughter. How can I not get through your head? Not your best friend, your daughter. Act like a damn mother. Good Lord. Now, she went to New York. She went there. She went there with her sister. Her sister was probably like, this is great. I finally can get close with my sister and we can be away from mom. She was about to sign a lease for an apartment. But you already know something's going to go wrong when it says she was about to. An apartment. And then what happened?
Water views, and then
Just answer it.
What happened?
Where are you?
Bud got cold feet. Of course. And then she's back home and they're planning for the next pageant. So the mom got her way. And guess what? Your daughter is never going to grow up to be an actual adult human. Instead, she's going to be your perpetual child. And maybe that's what you want. But guess what? It's like putting her in a box. It's like putting her in jail. Congratulations, you're a horrible mother. Moving on, last but not least, let's see where Christina and Kathy are. They don't show up as much because they don't have as much craziness going on. But I like them. So let's see where they're at.
Christina has something to tell you.
They plan on starting a business together.
So,
Let's see what he
my mom and
says.
I are gonna go into business together.
They're still moving forward. That's why I like this dynamic, because they all have a good relationship. The son-in-law, the husband, he gives it to him, but yet they do the little antics. They should have their own reality show. I would watch that reality show probably, but nonetheless, it seems like they're good. They were never a crazy one. They're probably the only one that you're not like, oh, they got some serious mental issues that they're dealing with. The rest of them, good God, none of them are going to stay together if they're in relationships. None of them are going to have good lives. It's just not going to end well. Thank you for joining me for this whole Smothered. Yeah, wherever we started with this season, it was a couple episodes in, like most of them were. I appreciate it. On to the next show. We're probably going to be looking at Love is Blind starting next week, because they drop all the episodes at once. So we'll see where that's at. Make sure you check out Married at First Sight on Thursdays. That's still going. 90 Day Fiance. Check them all out. Make sure you follow, comment, like, subscribe, share. Let's get to 1,000 so we can make sure we start that weekly show. 1,000 subscribers. We're close there. We're almost halfway. So I appreciate all the support, and I will see y'all next time.